Hey everyone, I'm Michael, founder of QRBridge. Do you hate how users break their workflow just to upload a photo or sign a document? Me too. That's why I started QRBridge, to solve this exact problem. If you need users to upload pictures, shoot photos, or sign directly from their phone while they stay right inside your browser app, you are in the right place. Today I'm going to show you exactly how to integrate QRBridge into your application in just a few minutes. For doing this, we only need two things. Existing web application. I've set up a blank Angular project here for demo, and a free QRBridge account. This first 20 uploads are on the house, which is plenty for demonstration. Alright, let's start by creating the free account. We need to go to qrcode.dev and click sign up. We fill the field and we choose a free account and we click create. We see the profile page. So there are a bunch of options you can do in profile page here and there, but that's not the topic now. The topic is integration. So we go right to the API docs. Here we see, first of all, the API key. It's going to be important for us in the next step. We have three methods to integrate the QRBridge. So one of them is the IFrame integration, which is the simplest one, where you just basically integrated QRBridge as a simple iframe. There is an SDK integration where you have a npm package, and there is a direct API integration, which is like a slightly more complicated. But we're gonna start with the simplest one. So we go to iframe integration, and we see directly the code. So what do we have here? We have an iframe, which we gonna copy right away. And here you see on the left my empty project, which you can see here the result from. And I'm gonna copy here the iframe. So the API key is invalid because we don't have an API key now. So I'm gonna go back to API key and copy it. I'm gonna paste the copied key here and I'm gonna click save, and voila, I have a working QR code. So what does this QR code do now? What it does now is I can scan with my phone this QR code, and camera opens up with some notes can be provided from your website, and I can make a photo of something. For now I have a beautiful witcher figure here, and that's what I'm gonna do the photo of. And you see the witcher is there. I can use this photo, I can try again and recreate the new QR codes, and yeah. So basically there's where you need a more advanced method of integration, and that's where we go next to the SDK implementation. Alright, now we're gonna proceed with the next integration. That's gonna be the SDK integration. For this we simply go to SDK integration, our API doco on qrcode.dev, and let's read. So first of all, we need to install the QRBridge SDK. Alright, let's do that. So we go npm install QRBridge SDK, and while it's doing its job, we gonna read the code. So we import the QRBridge, and we start the QRBridge client providing our API key. Alright. And we generate a QR code which is a create upload session, and we subscribe to the client until we receive a photo from the user. Alright, sounds doable. Let's copy that code. So we're gonna copy it in this new component, SDK implementation component I created just for that. So let's go with this. Actually, what we need is here a function, because what we see is that this client create upload session is an asynchronous function, and that means the flow is asynchronous, so we need a function, not like a constructor. And you aren't going to see an error immediately when I copy it, because the engine need by default obviously not in the asynchronous, so we're going to add a synchronous modifier. We also don't going to need this document element by ID. because we're doing Angular here. Instead, actually, what we want is to create two variables. Let's say qrcode base 64, and we're gonna do photo base 64. So perfect. Some space. Right. So the qrcode base 64 we put here, and we provide the value of the qrcode session. And yeah, we gonna go which photo base 64, going here, catching the data image. So now we have the image in the photo base 64, and qrcode is in the qrcode base 64. Now we're gonna need to implement the view that's not given here. So as you see, it's still empty. So we're gonna go to HTML, and we're gonna just simply create two images. So we say image source, yeah, that's about right. And we're gonna say another image source photo base 64. All right. So we have two images. Let's see. They both broken. All right. Why they are broken? Because our API key is still your API key. All right. Let's go to our previous implementation and copy the token from here. We're just gonna paste this token and save. And voila, we have a beautiful QR code here. So, and now we want to fill the photo. And to fill the photo, we need to scan it and make a photo. But now instead of making a photo, I thought, why not do a signature? So I'm gonna go here and go to parameters and customization on qrcode.dev. And I'm gonna copy the capture mode signature. And I'm gonna paste it here. Now our qrcode should have changed, and I'm gonna scan it. So I have a signing pad in front of me. Let me draw something funny and confirm. That beautiful guy is what I was signing here. And yeah, that's about it for the SDK implementation. Our last integration method is the direct integration. We obviously go to direct API integration on the API documentation. And let's think, what does it bring us? Like, basically we get rid of the installing an extra library, then getting the QR code. You establish a socket connection to our WebSocket server on the core bridge.dev, and yeah, you join the session. This is the same session. The user who gonna scan the code gonna join, so you kind of gonna share the session, and when he sends the photo, you receive it. As simple as that. That's why there is a socket action on photo received, where you receive the photo and then you disconnect, because that's the end of the session. All right, let's copy this code. Same as other code here. This is an asynchronous implementation, so we're gonna start with I think the only need. We're gonna add it. We're gonna put here our code. We're gonna add the async modifier to it. So, and now we see we miss the libraries. All right, so we're gonna need to npm install. What the guy doesn't say is that you actually need to install the npm socket.io. Right, so let's add the socket.io client. We don't need the fetch because in Angular it's already there. We gonna, let's say we put it as a variable here, const API key organizer, and we have it already in our, so beautiful. All right, so what this is gonna do is we gonna use the key to fetch the QR codes. We have then the session, but we actually need the QR code. So that means we actually, I'm gonna browser, I'm gonna just go back to SDK implementation, I'm gonna copy this to variables because we're gonna need the batch. I go back to direct implementation and I gonna add this to variables. So and now qrcode base 64 gonna be the payload data qrcode, and photo base 64 gonna be the response here. Exactly. So all right, let's see what we got. We got nothing because we gonna make another photo of our girl of Rio here. Okay, that's a bit too big, but that's just styles. Like you see, the photo's there, everything's all right. Girl is healthy with a silver sword in the hand, and that's it for the integrations. We have handled all three. The iframe simple integration, where you basically spend like 2 minutes, but in the end you have already something working out of the box. You have a more controlled SDK integration where you use the QR bridge SDK, and the direct integration using sockets. Bot gives you more control over how to show the data to the user, how to show the QR code, how to show or whether to show the image. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for the